So today, the date is Sunday, June 8th, 2025, and it will forever be known as the day the game left us all. The game is gone. It's gone. The love for the sport, the feeling is gone. And today, I will be making a statement. I will be retiring from Marab slander from here on out. I give up. It's not working. It's not gonna work for me. Marab, you got it, big bro. You got it, man. You can have that. 145. Volk is up there, bro. You know what I mean? You can go up there, but before we continue talking about that, only watched the last fight of the prelims and the main card, so we're gonna talk about it. First, we're gonna talk about my dog, my boy Joshua Van versus Bruno Silva. Do I know who Bruno Silva is? No, I'm a casual. I've been watching the cards in the recent months, though. While I ain't been posting, I've been watching them. But you know what I mean. So let's talk about it. So like the first round, Bruno Silva, he was coming out there with some fucking leg kicks, some fucking power, bro. He was coming out there with some fucking power, brother. He was laying them bitches in. You know what I mean? Had me a little terrified for my boy, because I'm a biased opinion giver. He was coming out. He dropped him with the leg kicks a few times, bro. You know what I mean? The first round fucked him up. But Van was still landing them combos, though, bro. You know what I mean? Because he's a brilliant striker. He's flawless to watch. You know what I mean? Whenever a Joshua Van fight comes on, bro, I gotta lean forward and stand up, bro. You know what I mean? He be drawing my attention to the screen. And then in round two, he kept landing those combos, bro. He was still hitting them. He was still landing them. Dropped him 3 times. Silva, he stayed in the fight, right? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into the intricates, but it was just a beautiful striking performance. You know what I mean? It was art. It's something you gotta admire, something you gotta appreciate. You know what I mean? Round 3 though, fucking masterclass for my boy. Listen, man. Listen. That's all I can tell you, bro. Round 3, masterclass. I have the striking shit up here, but that's just because I'm not in the right headspace right now. You know what I mean? The card was a lot. But other than that, there's really nothing else to talk about that. Shout out my boy Joshua Van. I don't know who Bruno Silva is. I'm not a ball knower. As you see that says 3 knockdowns. That says 3. He was piecing them. That's all I can say. Leg kicks were crazy. I don't know why he stopped doing them. Couldn't tell you. Now on to the main card. I'm gonna give you some more energy in this, bro. Be like, how I'm fresh in my mind. Just finished watching the card. I'm gonna start with the Kevin Holland fight, bro. Tomfoolery, Kevin Holland, bro. You know what I mean? Can't ever take this guy serious. You never know what's gonna happen when he gets into a fight. You know what I mean? First round, he was making me question if he was like an elite fighter or like he's trash and he has no skill. I'm not pulling up the stats. We don't need to see the striking amounts, bro. I'm not talking about that, bro. It was straight tomfoolery. You know what I mean? He's talking to him. He said we gonna have fun tonight, fun at home tonight or something. I don't know what the fuck he be saying. He be saying some weird shit. Sometimes it be hitting. If he wins the fight, the talking works. But if you lose, bro, now it's corny. But he won, so let me give him that. Was it the second? It was the second round. Second round. You know what I mean? I took attention off the screen for 1 second. For a little bit of a scuffle or whatever they were doing happened. Next thing I know, he's getting him in a fucking darce. Or how's he? We're not saying what he calls it, bro. You know what I mean? We're not saying what he calls it. We're not saying what he calls it. Decent little fight. Nothing too much to talk about. We're gonna save my energy for this next fight we're about to talk about. We're gonna save my energy for this fucking disaster class. Listen to me. No notes, no nothing. We're not talking about the fight, how it went. Listen. Patchy Mix, whoever the fuck this guy is, listen, buddy. I need your contract, cut tomorrow. I need to actually right now. When you got back into the back, I need them to terminate you, bro. Listen, bro. We're no longer falling for this Bellator, this other promotion propaganda. It's never. It's not working. It's not working. Give it up. You're giving them elite competition. Like, bro. Listen. That 20-1 record. Listen, when I seen it, when I seen 20-1, I was like, oh, is his debut too? Oh, it's his 21. This is your debut. We knew what it, bro. We knew what it was. It was obvious. This was the most obvious fraudulent person. 20-1. 20-1. I looked at that. Listen, I tell you, I looked at that and knew for a fact he was losing. I don't know if this was a Mario Bautista masterclass or if this guy shouldn't have even been signed in the first place. If he ever fights again, I tell you this right now, he needs to be in the prelims of the Apex. Don't put him on no more main cards. Listen. Patchy Mix, I'm speaking to you right now, brother. I'm speaking to you right now. You right here. No offense. I couldn't do what you do. You know what I mean? I probably would have did worse if I got in the octagon. But, buddy, hang up the fucking gloves. You got that fucking Khabib before he went to the UFC record, bro. Who were you fighting? Who did you fight? Who did you fight? Because there's no way you're 20-1. You were fighting high-level competition. There's no way. Why'd they give him a top 10 fight? I don't know. Why do they keep doing this? I don't know. Why do they keep doing this? Listen, someone explain to me why he was in the main card. Explain to me. Explain to me. I don't know this guy, bro. I don't know him. How did he get in this situation? Who does he know? And that's all I'm going to talk. I don't want to talk anymore about this guy. I don't want to talk about this guy ever again. I never want to see his face. I don't want to see his name. I don't want to see nothing of him ever again. Yes, I'm hating. Shout out. You're going to make me say this. Oh my goodness, you're going to make me say this. Shout out Mario Bautista. They should have got him someone entertaining in there. Because you were letting him put on a striking masterclass? Mario Bautista striking masterclass in Big 2025. I never thought I'd see the fucking day. Shout out you, bro. At least you didn't sit there and waste 15 minutes of my goddamn time. On to this, and this doesn't make me as mad, but it sure as hell makes me mad. Wait, let me go back. This motherfucker was playing to the fucking crowd after he got fucking sunned. And someone gave him a round. What round? What round did you give him? Enough of that, bro. This one right here makes me mad too. Because Joe Pyfer in that first round how can I explain it? He dropped him early. Right after he dropped him, he got the mentality of now he's gonna look for big strikes. He's fucking swinging the overhand and shit. Fucking swinging it. Why? What are you doing? He's just winging it every chance he gets, and after he dropped, big Kelvin Gastelum short fuck. He was back in it, bro. He was back in it like he never fucking left, bro. You would have, if you didn't tune in the beginning, you wouldn't have known he got dropped. But once he slowed down towards the end of that first round, let me clarify, he slowed down and started, landing better strikes at the end of the first round. End of the first round, that was, I say, his best he looked all fucking fight. Because we get into round two, it's not like he did bad in round two. That's not the case. He didn't. But what I can guarantee you is he didn't do good because this was a close round. You could have gave it to fucking anyone. Did he win the round? I say yes. Yes, he won the round. And him winning this round, yes, he won the round. But his mentality after he won this round, if they would have scammed him and made the fight go the other way, I would have laughed. Because let me talk about it. In between round 2 and 3, they're talking. They're telling him, you can still finish him. He said, but I won the round. But I won the round. What? But I won the round? What is your problem, brother? What is your deal? Why would you say that? round 3, and guess what? After that, he says it goes into round 3 with the mentality that he already won and loses that round pretty decisively. He lost that round, and because round two was close. Round 2 was so close, I'd say, that you shouldn't go into round 3 thinking, okay, I can do what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? From a non-technical standpoint, me sitting here at this desk watching this fight, I'm sitting here thinking, wow, he don't give a fuck, bro. He don't give a fuck. And and then the fight ends, he's holding his arms up and shit. Like he put on a fucking masterclass. Buddy, who are you? He had only big shot mentality after that first round. Big shot mentality. He won't try to do nothing technical. I don't think this motherfucker threw a kick outside of the first round. You know what I mean? Did he win? Yes. So did what he technically did work? Yes. But you try that with someone that's not shorter than you like that. You know what I mean? And that can't fit in any of the divisions. Try it with someone else, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Women's fight. I looked over at it. Listen. There was no order or hype moments for me, bro. I wasn't interested. But shout out Kayla Harrison, dominating performance from what I was looking at from the side eye when I was looking at the other screen. Shout out her. That was a good performance. Well, I was gonna eventually have to talk about it. Merab. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say it. Merab is the best bantamweight of all time. Merab is the best bantamweight of all time. Sean O'Malley has no ground game, and and the game is gone. The feeling is gone. Listen, I was convinced. Listen, you know me, big Sean fan, and I'm gonna have to put my bias to the side when I go into this. For the first, I say, a minute, it was looking like a promising fight. You know what I mean? I was hating on Merab, saying, yeah, he's not finishing anybody. You know what I mean? Doing my classic Merab slander. You know who I am. And at that moment, it's like watching the Indiana Pacers. I felt a shift. I felt a shift in the energy of the world, and it was all over from there. It turned into the worst moment of my life. Worst moment as a UFC fan. Listen, worst moment. I don't know what's worse. No, this is worse. This is worse. This is the worst thing I've experienced as a fan. There's Ilya Taporia knocking out Max Holloway. Knocking out Volk. You know what I mean? There's that. What else? You know what I mean? There's nothing. As like me as a hardcore fan, there's nothing else that comes worse to this. I could care less about Max Holloway getting knocked out by Ilya Taporia. You know what I mean? I could care less about that. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk about how dirty Merab did Sean in this fight. First round was a hard watch. It was a hard watch. I'm not gonna lie. After that first minute, it was a hard watch. I'm not gonna lie. Merab was. Oh my god. Merab was looking like a dangerous striker. I used to say he was beatable. I don't believe so. He was landing combos on Sean O'Malley that I have never seen Merab land in my life. He was fucking embarrassing my boy. And the first round was bad, and then we get to the second. The second, Sean comes out, and once again thinking maybe this is promising. And like I said about the first round, I felt a shift in the energy, and it all went downhill from there. It all went downhill. I don't know. It went downhill. He took Sean down. Sean got back up, and then he picked Sean O'Malley up like a little bitch, and it was a hard watch from there. Walked out of my room, and I came back and sat here knowing what was coming. Like when you see Tyrese Halliburton bringing the ball up with under 10 seconds in the game in the 2025 playoffs, I knew it was coming. And after he picked my dog up like that and slammed him on the, I don't know if he slammed him on the ground actually, because after he picked him up off his feet, I walked out of my room. And then after that, he did something I never thought I'd see Marab do. He finished a fucking fight. He finished a fight. He choked out my boy. And only thing I can say is congratulations to Marab Dervalishvili. I haven't even moved my thing. I didn't want to talk about this. Congrats to Marab. Big bro. Yes, big bro. You are him. You are him. And I will never disrespect you again. Listen, I promise I will never slander you again. I will not say the next guy that you're fighting will beat you. I will never disrespect you like that ever again. I'm sorry. You're that guy. You're creeping into GOAT. You're creeping into all-time categories right now. And all I can say is keep doing your thing at 145. Volk is up there. I think you can beat Volk. 135 doesn't need you anymore. You've beat everybody. Listen, you beat everybody. You can go up to 145. Leave the division alone. I don't know what it is about Georginians, but they are terrorizing me in the sport. They're terrorizing me. First it was Ilia Topuria, and now it is Marab. I see Marab in my nightmares. I've gone off script. There was no script for this fight. I just came in here to give my and mid video it updated. I didn't even notice mid video it updated. It said submission. I don't know what's next for Sean. Now every time I see Sean O'Malley grappling or workout footage, it's like seeing Ben Simmons shooting 3-pointers in an open gym in the off season. It means nothing. It's like seeing quarterbacks in OTAs. It means nothing. You know what I mean? It's nothing. None of that translates when you get into the game. Still big Sean fan. That's my boy. It might be over for him though. It might be over for my boy. That's all I can say. Probably shouldn't have. I don't know what to say to him. Marab is that guy. I don't think anyone's beating him. You know what I mean? We're not going to pull up the stats. We don't need to do that. Came back though. Me and Charles Oliveira will be beating Ilia Topuria very soon. And me and Joaquin Buckley will be taking out Kamaru Usman. I'll see you guys there. Goodbye.